NFL draft is right around the corner. So what exactly will the Bears do for the NFL draft? What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to break down to you guys what I think the Bears should do and hopefully will be doing with the NFL draft. So here to give you guys my predictions for the Bears, and I'm going to give you my predictions really for the entire 7 rounds. Now, the Bears do not have a pick in every round. They have, I believe, a pick in the first, second, none in the third. They traded that pick for Mitch Trubisky last year, if you guys remember that. They've got 2 in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Okay, so what does GM Ryan Pace have up his sleeve? What is the biggest need for the Bears right now? What should they be looking at? Should they look at best player available, or should they look at need? I'm going to get into all of that and much more. If you're a Bears fan, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. A lot more Bears insight will be coming once the draft is over. I will also be reviewing and analyzing the Bears picks and players that they have selected and going over that. So you don't want to miss any of it, all right? You don't, okay? So make sure to hit that subscribe button. With that being said, let's get started. Let's talk need, okay? So what the heck do the Bears need in this year's NFL draft? Well, real simply, they need about 3 positions, okay? They have a need in a lot of places, and it would be nice to have, but where are they desperate at? It's really at 3 positions. They need an edge rusher really bad, edge rusher, linebacker. They need one bad, okay? We right now have Leonard Floyd, who I believe has Pro Bowl potential. I mean, I really like Leonard Floyd. He was one of our top picks this past few years ago, I believe. And with Leonard Floyd, he just does not stay healthy, okay? So he's there, but we need another guy as well. The other player that we have for the Bears right now, we signed Aaron Lynch. We've got Sam Acho, but he's a career backup. So you really need an edge rusher help. So in this league, the NFL, when you boil it all down, what's the most important thing? You need a quarterback. We got that in Mitch Trubisky last year. I'm a full believer in Mitch, okay? And then you need somebody to stop the quarterback, okay? So those 2 things are the most important to me in the NFL. Now, I'm not saying the other positions aren't important, but you get my point here. It's the quarterback, and you got to get players to stop the quarterback. So in the first round, I think it is imperative for the Bears to look to select an edge rusher linebacker, okay? I think that is your need right there for the Bears, and that's who they should be targeting. Now, the other needs that they have, they could also use an interior offensive lineman. We let Josh Sitton go this past season because I guess he was getting paid too much money. So there's a clear need on the offensive line for a offensive lineman. What am I saying? I can't even speak right now. But with that being said, we need an interior O-line, man. And then the last thing, this is another sort of need, but I would say we did address it, and it's wide receiver. We signed Allen Robinson and Taylor Gabriel. Kevin White is coming back. You know, he's always hurt. But with that being said, he is still coming back. Cross my fingers, knock on wood, that he stays healthy. But we could still use more receivers. Hey, more weapons for Mitch Trubisky. I can't complain about that. So definitely think that we could draft a wide receiver or 2. And then with cornerback help, I mean, we have Prince Amukamara. We re-signed Kyle Fuller, but a little depth would not hurt. So that's basically the positions of need for the Bears. That is what they need to look in this draft. And let's see what players they should be targeting. I've talked about the needs. Let's get into actual players the Bears should be looking to target. Now, this list that I've comprised is not all of the players. Just I've highlighted a couple, and if of course a player slips that should have been picked already, yes, the Bears need to pounce on that. But I've made this list with the sort of expectation that the guys before that should have been gone are going to go. But like I said, if somebody falls, absolutely go ahead and take that guy. And these are the players that I've seen the most linked to the Bears. Now, of course, nobody knows what they're going to do, but we have a good idea of maybe where they're looking at, okay? So these are the players that they've sort of targeted and I've heard most about. So with that being said, on your screen right now, you should see all the players in each round that the Bears have a pick in and who they are looking at. So let's start with, of course, the first round, and that's where I will spend most of the time in this draft video, I should say. And I have 3 players that I've really highlighted. Roquan Smith, let's start with him, linebacker out of Georgia. I like him a lot. He's got elite athletic ability. Like I said, we need an edge rusher. We need a presence to rush the passer, rush the quarterback. And for Roquan Smith, he's an effective cover linebacker. For me, in passing downs, he can do it as well. He's quick and athletic. He's got speed. So definitely he's a guy who I believe is a safe pick. And at this high of a pick at number, where they're picking at number, what is it? The Bears are picking number 8 overall. They need to not miss on this, okay? First round picks are very valuable. We all know this. So Roquan Smith, definitely I'd be okay with him. He's a safe pick. Let's move on to Harold Landry. Now, this is a guy that gained a lot of steam later on. He's been showing up in a lot more mock drafts that I've looked at. And for me, what I've seen from him is he doesn't have the size that you necessarily want, but he does make it up in his burst and his stride. So definitely like that about him. He's also got elite speed and athleticism. Well, I wouldn't say elite, but he's got good speed and he's got good athleticism as well, out of Boston College. So Harold Landry, a lot of folks have started to like him a lot. So I've seen his name linked to the Bears a lot. And again, addresses that need. So in the first round, you can clearly see I have the Bears drafting their biggest need, edge rusher, linebacker, so they definitely are going to look into that. And then the last guy I have is Tremaine Edmunds out of Virginia Tech, a guy with elite size. I believe he's explosive. He's versatile. He's still got room to grow. I see Pro Bowl potential in this guy. And for me, with him, he's actually who I have the Bears taking in the mock draft that I have created, so you guys can go ahead and check out. I did an official mock draft. I have Tremaine Edmunds going to the Bears at number 8. Now, like I said, if Bradley Chubb drops to number 8, yes, you better freaking take him, okay? He is the best edge rusher in this draft by far. You take Bradley Chubb, okay? So, again, I'm not going to address those picks that are going to fall, that I'm hoping fall. We know who the no-brainers are. So, Bears, if they land into Chubb, great, okay? They've hit the lottery. But with that being said, these are the most realistic picks, okay? So either of those 3 guys I'll be fine with. I think Tremaine Edmunds I like the most. His player comparison I've seen is Brian Urlacher, so that would be nice, okay, if you turn into that. But with that being said, they could also go guard here. Like I said, we have a need for that. Quentin Nelson is the most surefire pick. This is another safe pick. But again, I don't like picking offensive linemen in the first round. I just don't. I'm sorry, okay? And this high of a pick, I mean, I think you can find them in the later rounds, and I've highlighted guys that I think you can see in the later rounds. So I'm not a big fan of that, but they could also look to go Quentin Nelson because, like I said, that is a position of need, if you will. So let's move on to the next round. In the second round, again, if you have addressed edge rusher and linebacker, I think you can maybe look at guard now. I like Billy Price. I like Isaiah Wynn. Isaiah Wynn is a first-round talent. He could drop to the second round, so a couple of these guys are first-round talents that could drop to the second round. We have the 39th overall pick. You could also go wide receiver here. I've highlighted a guy in Christian Kirk who I think is nice as well. Now, in the fourth round, we have 2 picks. We have the 105th overall pick and 115th overall pick. Here, again, I can see them going in a bunch of different directions. Not that many wide receivers that I love in this draft, but another guy that I could see them going after, Deshaun Hamilton. Like I said, we do need a receiver for depth purposes, really. So I would not mind the Bears to go there. Definitely could see them go that route. And again, we could address linebacker. We could address defensive end. But here's where you want to shore up that depth. You really want to make that weakness a position of strength here. And so if you grab a couple guys, like I said, I like a couple of these guys. You can go ahead and do that. And I've highlighted guys in the later rounds, in the 5th, 6th, and 7th round. So what is to me a perfect draft for the Bears? For me, a perfect draft is you have clearly addressed at least 2 out of these 3 needs, okay? So the biggest needs, like I mentioned again, edge rusher, linebacker, interior alignment, and wide receiver, okay? If you address the edge rusher and if you address the offensive lineman, I am happy, okay? Yes, could I use more weapons for Mitch Trubisky? Absolutely, but Ryan Pace did his job with getting Allen Robinson and Taylor Gabriel, so I'm happy there. What I will not like is if the Bears go out of their way and draft a running back, unless it's Saquon Barkley, but he's not going to drop to 8. I don't want the Bears to draft a running back because we've got 2 guys that I feel very good about in Tariq Cohen and Jordan Howard. And Jordan Howard, there were rumors about him taking down his Bears pitchers and possible trade rumors. And look, folks, Jordan Howard, we just got him. He's a young stud. Yes, can he have some issues with catching the ball? Yes, absolutely. But look, he's a running back, okay? And obviously, he's got room to grow, and I believe he will. But can we please at least give him a shot? He proved to be a stud his rookie year. He had a little bit of a down year his second year, but I believe in Jordan Howard, okay? So I want to keep Jordan Howard there. If we take a running back in the later rounds, yeah, sure. Like 6th, 7th round, okay, go at it, Ryan Pace. I believe he's drafted a running back every single season he's been a GM of the Bears. But if we're taking a running back early on, like 1st, 2nd round, I'm not a fan of that. Sorry. Let's address our positions of need. Let's go safe here. We got our quarterback. If you're going to take a reach for a guy, I might as well have it be a position that is sort of a need, okay? Like I said, cornerback, wide receiver. Don't go out of your way and draft a damn running back, okay? So that is basically what I would like. A perfect draft to me would be to get and address 2 out of these 3 needs, get some depth in these positions, and go from there. So overall, let's see what Ryan Pace does. But there's a lot of different directions they could go. I want to come out of this draft with some edge rushers. I want to come out of this draft with a couple of offensive linemen. And I want to come out of this draft with a couple of receivers. That's just my perspective on it. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to subscribe if you guys like these videos. I will do more of them. I will definitely look to do a video after the draft is done, analyzing the can't even talk. The Bears players selection. So look forward to that. And I might even do a live stream. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think. You guys want me to do a live stream, Instagram live, something like that? By the way, follow me on my social media links down below for that. But with that being said, thanks for watching. As always, don't forget to subscribe.